Okay, let's do it.
Hi, I'm Lisa from Speaking Savvy, and today my guest is Samith Pich. Samith Pich is an online entrepreneur, internet marketing coach, speaker and trainer. Samith is a fantastic coach. When I first started my online business, he shared with me some great tips and advice. But Samith is also a very good public speaker. Powerful and persuasive public speaking skills can really give you a competitive edge in business. Being able to clearly articulate your message in a confident and interesting way so that your audience really want to listen is a fantastic skill to have. Now, Samith, I've known you for about 3 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We met at Toastmasters.
Yeah.
And during that time, I've seen you transform into the confident and capable speaker that you are today.
If it can work for me, it can work for anybody. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
That's great. As a highly successful businessman, Samith, how has public speaking helped accelerate that success?
Good question. When I think about all the people who are truly successful, they are putting themselves out there, and I think being able to stand in front of a group of people who are interested in your products or interested in the solutions that you have to offer, you need to be able to communicate with them in a way that is logical but also connects with their emotions, because we really buy into things when we're emotionally connected. And public speaking is the fastest and most powerful way that I believe you can do that. And so I knew when I was going into business that I would need to upskill myself and connect with people like yourself who are fantastic at helping people create fantastic presentations and learn how to speak clearly. So public speaking is a cornerstone of any good business, I believe.
Fantastic. That's great. I love the analogy of the emotional connection with the public speaking. So, Samith, your public speaking journey has been interesting and amazing, and you really have nailed some great success through being able to articulate your key message. What about, once you've learned the basic skills of public speaking, what about taking your speaking skills to that next level so that you can really connect and influence the audience with the charisma and authenticity? How does that feel for you?
You have to be out there on a mission, okay? And people don't follow people who don't have a clear mission. And you need to be out there in front and communicating with it. When you first start, you're just trying to get over your nerves. You're just trying to understand how to craft a basic speech, and you're understanding how to make a connection with people. The next level is you're crafting real stories. And you're not even thinking about yourself. You're putting yourself in the shoes of who is listening to you, and you're making sure that your story fits in what they're looking for. I mean, like anything, speaking is not a talent. Well, in some ways you can naturally be a speaker, but I think it's still a skill. Predominantly, everything that to the level I'm at, it's only because I've really crafted and I've spent the hours and time in developing it. So speaking is a real skill, right? And it can be learned. So when a person first speaks, like I said, they're just trying to get those basics down. But the next level is truly engaging with your audience. So you're being an engaging speaker, you're being a compelling speaker. And it's not about just saying, flowery words and all sorts of rhetoric. It's about being able to connect heart to heart with your audience, and then do it in such a way that you're being informative, you're being entertaining, and you're being persuasive, most of all. Because what is your mission? What are you out to do? Well, you don't want them just to be left with, oh, he was a good speaker, that was really nice. You'd actually want to affect them and motivate them to make some sort of change.
Fantastic advice. Public speaking is definitely all about the audience, and being able to make your message audience-centric is a great way to start. You touched on nervousness there, Sam, and we can all remember our first speech and those butterflies that we felt and the nerves that happen. Sam, what advice would you have for somebody who would like to get starting with public speaking to help out with their business personal development skills, but they're just too afraid to do so?
Oh, good question. So nervousness is absolutely normal. I think that's the main thing you've got to realize. It's us getting ready to fight or flight. You know, it's that adrenaline rushing in. So first of all, we need to realize it's actually normal to be nervous, and we need to be less harsh on ourselves and take away that whole expectation that we need to be perfect. I think that's really what holds people back. They say, I have to do a perfect speech, and then if they can't make a perfect speech, they really knock themselves around. And I think to help you in that, it is about preparing. You know, one of the things that you teach is making sure you're prepared, not in a like word by word method, but mentally, you know, prepared that this is generally what you're going to be covering. So I think that really helps in terms of nervousness. Nervousness never really goes away, but the only way you can combat nervousness is, I remember a great quote by, I'll remember his name later, but he said, do the thing, get the power. Ralph Emerson said, do the thing, get the power. I never even knew I don't even understand what that means, but essentially it is whatever you are afraid of, go and do it. Because it either has the power over you or you're going to get the power over it. And if you do the thing, if you're afraid of public speaking, well, guess what you need to do? You need to do public speaking. Because by doing so, you gain power over it and then become a great public speaker. Myself, when I first started, the whole night before I was shaking, the 30 minutes just sitting there, I could not even hear anybody when I first did my first speech with Toastmasters. My heart was beating, my mouth was dry, and then I did it, and I didn't die from doing it. That's the main thing. I was able to do it again. And these days, I still get nervous. But I noticed that I get nervous for maybe 1 to 2 minutes just as I'm standing there. That's when I get nervous. I'm not nervous the whole night or the whole hour beforehand. And also I see that nervousness as a key indicator that I'm energized, that I feel this is important and that I want to give my best. So I turn that nervousness into energy that I can use so I can give a good presentation.
Sam, you said that it takes a lot of practice.
Yeah.
Public speaking is a learned skill, but it does have to be worked on.
Yeah.
You do have to practice and you have to prepare. And one of the things that I read that I really like to remember is there's no such thing as an effortless presentation.
Yeah.
The presentation or the speech that appears effortless has probably the most practice and preparation gone into it.
Yeah.
How do you prepare when you're getting ready for public speaking?
Well, you're constantly preparing. If you think about it, if you know that there's like a speaking gig that you've got to do, and you generally think about the topic that you have to do. Obviously, ideally, you want to be speaking about a topic that you already know something about. That's the first key. If you're going to try and do something you have no idea about, you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. One of the main things about Toastmasters is it talks about storytelling, stories from your own experience that you can weave in there. And we don't have to remember our own stories. We've lived them. We can actually talk about them with a bit more color. And then, I go through essentially a 5-point plan that you've told me before about how to set up a presentation. And really what I kind of do is I just practice. I record once I practice enough, I record a good version on my phone.
Yeah.
And then I will literally just replay that presentation over and over again, especially in the half an hour before, when I'm driving on the way to wherever I'm making that speech. I'll just replay it. So I'm hearing that speech over and over again from almost somebody else. And it's just kind of embedding itself into myself. But I think the most important thing is you've got to feel confident about your material, and you've got to realize, most importantly, it's not about you. It's actually, if you take that whole feeling of, oh my God, I've got to be great and perfect, and you go and say, you know what, I'm just going to give the best I can to these people. They deserve it, and I'm going to see if I can make some real change for them. If you take it away from you and think about them, it suddenly becomes so much easier.
Great tips, fantastic tips. I think that in today's competitive world, that public speaking skills are no longer a nice to have. I think that it's really essential that everybody learns public speaking skills. You don't have to be in sales or marketing or mass media. Everybody can gain more confidence and get more opportunities by having good, solid public speaking, communication and presentation skills.
But here's the thing, in this day and age, you're always selling. You're always marketing. Even if you're selling yourself, your job, your boss on the next pay raise or what you need to do, you're always marketing yourself. Even if it's marketing a new idea to your kids to say, look, we're going here and we're going to be doing that. You're marketing every single day. Well, I'm a business person, so I always see everything as selling or marketing. And marketing and selling need good communication skills, and that's where being able to speak confidently comes in.
Thanks very much, Sam, for joining me today, chatting about public speaking.
My absolute pleasure.
That's great. Where can people go to find out more about you?
They can simply just go to my blog, www.samithpich.com, and you can sign up to my 7-day internet marketing bootcamp, where we'll be learning how to create an online business and utilize those public speaking skills that you're going to get from Lisa, and then connect it with an online business and really supercharge whatever business endeavors you're doing.
Fantastic. Thank you, Sam. Thank you very much. Lisa from Speaking Savvy. If you want to find out more about me, hop on to speakingsavvy.com.au, sign up for my blog, subscribe to my YouTube channel for the rest of my public speaking videos.
Okay, see you later.
See ya. Didn't come out right at all. Try that again.
Okay.
And look out for my forthcoming book with no title.